Well, we've seen it 100 times, but we can see it a couple more. The game-winning touchdown from Case Keenum to Stefon Diggs, sending the Vikings to the NFC Championship game. And sometimes it's just as fun to see how the fans react as it is to watch the play itself. Check out this fan going through a full range of emotions at the end of the game.
You can't do this to me again! You can't do this to me! Oh! Not Marvin! God! Marvin! Kick this to the f***ing uprights! Yeah! I believe it!
I know.
I can't lose to the Saints again!
I know.
I am on the team in spirit! Incomplete. Anybody make a play. Vikings!
No! Yes!
Yes, yes. This is it. Right here.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Keenan's going, oh my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Vikings, let's win. Let's go, Vikings on there, here, Nick. Let's get, it was gone. It was gone. It was gone.
That was before the game started. The game hadn't even started yet.
Oh my God.
I am on the team.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, that one guy, I thought that one guy was Anthony Barr. That was...
Love it.
That was great, man.
We got good news for the Vikings fan.
Yes.
Chris Carter's going to be the honorary captain Sunday.
Yes.
Yes.
Get
He'll be
out
on
here.
the field. Got invited by the Vikings, also by the commissioner, Roger Goodell.
Bravo.
So I'm excited about that opportunity.
What does honorary captain entail?
You actually go out for the coin toss, so you're able to see them, line them up, see the guys like right before, be out there for the coin toss, and then afterwards...
Shake hands with the players,
Shake
right?
hands, yeah, definitely.
So you know when you see my little 4-year-old daughter, and you shake her, do a little shoulder rub, and she tells you be gentle?
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, when you see Nick Foles, you gonna do a little extra squeeze, do a little extra...
No.
No?
No, I'm gonna be like, good luck, man. I hope the Nick Foles shows up that I know.
So that's before the game, anything?
After the game, if you happen to be the honorary captain for the team that wins, the George Halas Trophy will be given to the Minnesota Vikings by yours truly.
Wow!
Yeah.
That's
You
so
get to present the trophy?
great.
Yes, I will present.
Can we FaceTime while you're doing it? Literally, I'll be on FaceTime. Be like, CC, I have 12 questions. No?
Yes, Jenna, you can do that
Yeah?
because my man Nick Wright gonna be right there with me.
Well, that's not nice.
Well, it's not. No, you couldn't
I'll
go.
hold the
You got kids.
FaceTime. I'll hold the FaceTime so you can see it. Be right there.
Look at that.
You want to go, Jenna?
Harper.
It's very
Come on.
disappointing. It's very disappointing. I feel like you like him better than you like me.
Oh, stop
Well,
it. That's
we already
impossible.
knew that.
Aw.
It's impossible.
Okay, see, his answer was better than yours.
But mine was honest.
Jenna.
Oh.
Jenna.
Let's-
I inherited him.
You picked me.
There you
Love
go.
you.
Thank you.
Love.
You can't pick your family.
Let us stick with that last play that we
All right, now
all
I'm rooting
just
for the Vikings.
enjoyed.
Let's do this.
I am fairly certain that somewhere, anywhere, someone is still rewatching the Minneapolis Miracle as we speak. I'm also fairly certain that both Stefon Diggs and Adam Thielen are beyond elated about their current sporting lot in life right now. And I am positive that both have plenty of praise for the guy who threw that ball, Case Keenum.
Since day one, I had all the belief in him. I felt like he could get the job done. He prepared the right way. He does things the right way. So I had all the confidence in him.
He's had a lot of experience in this league, and he knows that you can't dwell on a play, and you got to move on. And he's one of the best I've ever seen to just be able to, have the same attitude, have the same preparation each week, and just be able to not really care what people think about him, and just go out there and play football like he has since he was young.
All right, so let's break this down a little bit. Stefon Diggs and Adam Thielen, are how much of an advantage do these two give the Vikings? And you know the defense that they're going up against, but let's talk about these two.
Right. The exciting thing about not only their play is how did they get here? and they got a good friend of mine, former coach at Purdue, former coach at Ohio State, Darryl Hazel. He's their wide receiver coach. So in talking to him, how hard these guys work, how humble they are, how they can play any position in the offense, and how they have so much flexibility and interchangeability, so it allows the quarterbacks that, man, I don't have an X receiver. X receiver is the split end, typically to the short side of the field. Typically the flanker is the guy who can run faster. He plays to the tight end side of the field. Both of these guys, because of their size and their speed. Stephon's probably a little bit faster than Adam Thielen, but Adam is very underrated as far as his overall speed. They're route running. They're technicians. They're very good friends on the field. But the thing I think that separates these guys collectively apart is typically you only have one guy that plays off the ground very, very well. Now, the Vikings, they have two. Playing off the ground, what does that mean? Balls where you have to, that are contested, that are in the air. Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs, I would argue they're the best two together in the league. With Diggs being on contested passes this year, he's #1 in the NFL. So a lot of times as a backup quarterback, you don't like throwing the ball when guys are covered. But if you know a guy can elevate and go off the ground, it gives you a lot more comfort because he doesn't have to be that open. You can throw to a spot that he can go get the ball. So I think their overall ability, how both of them are hardworking, came from nowhere type. They're not supposed to be Pro Bowl players, and the way they've evolved together has helped out the relationship. There's no jealousy. There's no animosity. Both of them can score in the red zone. Both of them can go intermediate. Both of them are good after the catch. So when you watch them, man, they're very, very interchangeable.
What you described right there is so interesting. We spent so much time this year talking about the Cowboys and their receiving core and Dez in particular, and things that could make him a better player. The ability to play multiple positions, the ability to go in the slot, the ability to give Dak the confidence when you throw him the ball, he's going to go up there and get it. Meanwhile, a better team with less, and by the way, the ability to improve from where you were a few years ago, or at least maintain. We talked a ton about a guy not doing those things, not being able to do those things with all the physical gifts in the world. And then these two guys, who Diggs was a good prospect coming out of college, but he wasn't, wasn't a top 10 pick, wasn't a guy that you looked at, no doubter. And Thielen was a nothing prospect coming out of college, with no disrespect to him. Those guys, their ability to improve every year, their ability to have success with 3 different quarterbacks, all with very different styles of play. They're not cookie-cutter quarterbacks, from Teddy to Bradford to Case. And what I think is the most important part, and it's one of the things that you taught me early on, because when you and I first got to know each other, I was mining you for Randy Moss stories, because that was just my youth watching football. You and Randy, it's one of my favorite.
Yeah, you were far more interested in him than me.
It's 100% accurate. It's totally true. But it's neither here nor there. So one of the things you said was, early on, one of the things you had to teach Randy was how to play your position. So, like, how to run your route. So, if one of you guys got dinged, maybe, but you didn't want the defense to know it, you guys could signal to each other, hey, you're going to be the primary. We're going to alternate. Different things you guys could do to make it harder for the defense to guard you. I'm not saying Thielen and Diggs are on that level, but the way that they can play every spot you want a wide receiver to play, and the way that they have given Case confidence to play better than he probably should be able to, because give us a chance. Just throw it up, give us a chance. We're at the very least going to make sure you don't get picked off, and we might come down with a spectacular play. I mean, it's been so awesome to watch.
And it's not only this season. Last season, Sam Bradford broke the completion record, right?
Percentage, yep.
Yeah, Why? Because of Adam Thielen, because of Stephon Diggs, and also we can't forget, he's been banged up, but man, he is a Pro Bowl tight end in Kyle Rudolph, and don't forget their 3rd wide receiver in Jarius Wright. Just when you start thinking about everyone else, Jarius Wright comes up with a big play for the Vikings.
But with these two, don't underestimate how important giving that quarterback confidence is, especially in a game on this stage where he's going to have to worry about 1,000 things. The one thing that he does feel comfortable in is he can put the ball up and he knows these two guys are going to go get it. And I think for Case Keenum, that's going to go a long way.
Yeah, they better be more concerned about me talking trash to him before the game.
Well, and Cece, just before we move off this real quick, I know one of the things, not to spoil or reveal you're having tomorrow, but I know one of the keys of the game that you think is going to be the Eagles' pass rush. Like, I know we're going to get into that later. The Eagles' ability to get to Case Keenum. Vikings still going to have to be able to throw the ball. One thing both of these guys have done a good job on, you talked about the contested catches, but also making the most of short throws and getting up the field. If the pass rush is a problem, they're not going to have a lot of 5- and 7-step drops.
Right.
It's going to be quick hitters, right?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
they need Stephon Diggs to be able to do what he's been doing, making a guy miss. They need Adam Thielen, a guy who they've been able to reliably throw the ball to on 3rd and medium, that he's going to be past the sticks and pick up the first down. Like, if the Eagles' pass rush is really good, that's a key part of this game.
And wide receivers, listen to Dennis Ryan, the equipment coach. Don't wear them fast shoes. Wear the big cleats, because that field, and Dennis Ryan knows best. Listen to him. Don't try to wear those little cleats where you're going to be slipping. A lot of the Falcons last week had trouble in Lincoln Financial Field.
I'm going to wear little cleats on Sunday just to make sure that I'm one with the Vikings. Hey, coming up, he's sitting on my couch wearing them little cleats.
He was telling me not to wear the little.
I'm not going to be wearing my cleats.
saying wear the big
I'm
cleats.
wearing my big cleats, just sitting on my couch wearing them big cleats. What am I talking about? How worried should Patriots fans be about Tom Brady's injured hand?
They should be
Next on
concerned if
First
you
Things
have